NUA, also known as Net Unrealized Appreciation. So this is a really neat opportunity to utilize if you have company stock within your 401k. So I'm going to share an example to talk through the benefits of this. So I recently had a client at Abbott and their stock was worth $150,000. But their cost basis on the stock, what they've actually paid into it, is only $50,000. So if they sell off if they just keep it in their 401k and they roll it over to an IRA, all of that $150,000 is going to be taxable as income. Now, the idea of the NUA opportunity, though, is that we can take the $50,000 of basis and we can pay taxes on that at ordinary income, just like we were in the rollover, but you got to pay it up front now. That's what you have to be aware of. But all of the gain, the $50,000 to $150,000, that $100,000 of gain, we can put that in a non-qualified account, and then we only have to pay taxes at capital gains rates on that portion versus ordinary income if we were to move it to a 401k. So it's called NUA, and you want to look and see if this is going to be beneficial to you, because it certainly could be at the favorable capital gains rates versus ordinary income. For this client scenario, they're in the 35% tax bracket. Would you rather pay 35% or 15 or 20% over time? And then when they retire, they could potentially sell this off at 0% capital gains if their income can get low enough in the early years of their retirement. The other benefit of doing this is that when you take out money from if you do the NUA, there's no RMDs, so you're not required to take the money out. Versus in the IRA, at 72, you're going to be required to take out money as the current rules of how that works. The other great reason why this can make sense is maybe if you want to diversify out of that individual stock, then if you do the NUA, you can get rid of all that individual stock today, pay all the capital gains now, and then you're able to diversify that portfolio moving forward is typically what we see, or how we see that being beneficial. Now, if your stock is only a small amount of gain, so maybe it's worth $10,000, but the cost basis is $8,000, and NUA is probably not going to make sense for you. NUAs typically only make sense if it's a higher appreciation within that type of investment. The other thing that you need to be aware of is if you do the non-qualified, then you're going to have to pay taxes on it ongoing each year. If you keep it in the tax-deferred investment, then you're not going to have to worry about paying any taxes up front or any taxes until you take the money out. So that could be a pro, it could also be a negative, but you just got to decide for you of what makes sense there. So those are the benefits of doing the NUA. Always make sure you check on this to see if it makes sense for you. Make sure you work with a professional. The other thing we want to be aware of is that always check if you do a rollover to see if you have company stock in your 401k, because many people don't know that they have 401k stock in their 401k and they forget about it and they miss out on this NUA opportunity. So something that we always advise our advisors is, hey, make sure whenever you do a rollover, we need to see exactly which holding is in there. We get a statement from all of our clients to make sure we're not making any of these mistakes. So that is the value of NUA, also known as Net Unrealized Appreciation.